Warning, you might find the content herein disturbing, but the truth must be revealed.
Vegan, cause condoning murder of the innocents is wicked.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programas offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Acara kami menyediakan banyak bahasa. Silakan lihat suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Starting around 1975, new diseases started to emerge and reemerge at a rate unheard of in the annals of medicine. More than 30 new diseases in 30 years, mostly newly discovered viruses.
Continue watching to find out more.
Beautiful viewers, I am Elena. The people of the Republic of Belarus would like to say Dobry день to visitors, meaning good day in Belarusian. The gracious Belarusians wish for heaven's light to be showered upon you. Welcome to today's program, Veganism, a COVID-19 pandemic remedy and zoonotic disease shield, part 1 of 2. The occurrence of new infectious diseases has gone up dramatically over the last century. Researchers have also found that the more humans have interacted with wildlife, including practicing domestication, the higher the chances are of diseases being shared between humans and animals.
When we domesticated cows and sheep, for example, we also domesticated their rinderpest virus, which turned into human measles, now thought of as a relatively benign disease. Over the last 150 years, measles has killed 200 million people. And in a sense, all those deaths can ultimately be traced back just a few hundred generations to the taming of the first cattle. Smallpox likely came from camel pox. We domesticated pigs and got whooping cough. We domesticated chickens and we got typhoid fever. Starting around 1975, new diseases started to emerge and reemerge at a rate unheard of in the annals of medicine. More than 30 new diseases in 30 years, mostly newly discovered viruses.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic started, there were already 56 zoonotic diseases, which accounted for 2.5 billion cases of human illness and 2.7 million deaths each year. In 2004, the World Health Organization, or WHO, had already noted an increased demand for animal protein as one of the causes of zoonosis. The consumption of meat, milk, and eggs are key factors that accelerate the emergence of fatal infectious diseases that have caused innumerable lives of humans and animals to perish. According to the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, 75% of newly emerged infectious diseases are zoonotic. The United Nations, a laureate of the Shining World Leadership Award for Humanitarianism and 2 Shining World Leadership for Life-Saving Hero Awards, has also pinpointed that new human diseases are closely connected to animals that are raised for human consumption, mainly through the wildlife trade and animal livestock raising. History seems to keep on repeating itself. The first human case of swine flu appeared in Mexico in March 2009 because pigs can be infected by both the avian and human influenza viruses. An industrial pig raising operation in the country became a breeding ground for the new virus. The exchange of genetic materials between humans, birds, and pigs made the virus stronger, and it became more effective in passing between humans. Similarly, the past Ebola outbreaks, which were caused by the Ebola virus that most likely originated from fruit bats in the rainforest, are associated with bush meat hunting and eating. This zoonotic virus, which made a leap from fruit bats to humans, either directly or perhaps via primates like chimpanzees, causes a fatal hemorrhagic fever with symptoms of internal and external bleeding. These diseases have one thing in common: the culprit of the swine flu pandemic in 2009, the Ebola outbreaks in Africa, such as in 2014, 2018, 2020 and 2021, and the coronavirus pandemic in 2020 was humans killing animals. New emerging diseases will continue to threaten humankind if we don't change the way we live. COVID-19 is the latest example, which is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus and jumped from animals to humans. It is capable of making sure of its continued existence with minimal resources and effort. The virus carries its genetic materials in a tiny protein shell with a characteristic spiky appearance. Once the virus has gotten into the airway, it uses its encapsulated genetic materials to hijack cells in the body and starts to replicate millions of copies of itself. The original strain of the coronavirus has a long incubation period whereby it may take up to 2 weeks or more for the person to start showing symptoms after getting infected. Yet, it's already being transmitted to others before an infected person notices symptoms arising. We will pause a moment for a constructive message and we'll be right back. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Vegan, at least save yourself from hell. Welcome back to Veganism, a COVID-19 pandemic remedy and zoonotic disease shield, part 1 of 2 on Supreme Master Television. Supreme Master Ching Hai has spoken about what makes the COVID-19 pandemic so different from pandemics we have seen in the past.
There are quite a few variants of the COVID, but Delta seems to be the worst right now, even though there's another new one, but the scientists say it's not as bad as Delta. If you read the news everywhere, people are getting it easier and quicker than before. Even people who are vaccinated, double already, still get sick and died also very shortly afterward, including children. Before, children were more or less spared of this COVID-19, but now the Delta doesn't spare anyone and it spreads so fast. Take good care of yourself. We are in a big problem right now. I mean, the whole world, one variant after another. This Delta is very strong. So many countries already opened, thinking the pandemic is gone down, but in many places have to close down again because this Delta is really devious, very, very bad, very evil. So don't take everything for granted. Important thing is you must be humble. You cannot have a careless and arrogant attitude. You think that like raw food will protect you. No. It's not that. It may be that your karma is better. You still have some good karma left. Plus God's blessing. But if you mingle too much with many people, you get it. Not because the virus doesn't spread as fast if you get out fast, but because you mingle with too many people, different energy, maybe very low level spiritually, then you'll get it. Because your karma might not be enough to cover. Maybe you're not humble enough.
In late 2020, the Delta variant of the coronavirus was first reported in India, then the infection quickly spread out across the country. Daily reported cases increased exponentially from approximately 10,000 a day in early February 2021 to 414,188 on May 7th. The disastrous surge of coronavirus infections was overwhelming and took tens of thousands of lives in just a few weeks. This was when the first Delta wave sparked global attention. Though the number of daily new confirmed cases has dropped since the peak in May 2021, it still has not subsided or decreased to levels seen before March this year. At the height of India's Delta wave in May 2021, the variant accounted for 90% of cases. Delta COVID has spread to at least 132 countries around the world. Now, it has become the dominant type in over a dozen countries, including the UK, Israel, and the US. According to the COVID data tracker released by the CDC, despite almost 60% of the total population in the US having received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine, the number of breakthrough infections is on the rise. Instances of fully vaccinated people getting infected are constantly being reported. Now, the Delta variant is driving cases across the US and accounts for more than 90% of COVID-19 infections. Because of the high transmission rate, the CDC has again urged people to put on masks indoors, even if they are fully vaccinated. In 2020, the government's zero-tolerance policy, including strict lockdowns, seemed to have brought the COVID-19 outbreak under control in China. Yet, in July 2021, China took a second hit from this highly transmissible Delta variant, which appeared in Nanjing, East China's Jiangsu province, and has stretched to more than 15 provinces. By early August 2021, half of the 31 provinces in China had reported COVID-19 cases. According to the CDC, the transmissibility of the Delta variant is nearly twice as high as other identified variants. What scientists and the public fear the most is its ability to escape parts of the immune system in the body, and the rising cases seem to be fueling this speculation so far, with more cases being reported from countries that have experienced a rapid surge in Delta outbreaks in the past few months. Experts believe that a different approach and quick actions are needed. We hope that today's episode on the root cause of emerging zoonotic diseases has encouraged you to switch to the healthy vegan lifestyle. In Veganism, a COVID-19 pandemic remedy and zoonotic disease shield, part 2 of 2, will provide more insight on the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and how a plant-based diet builds immunity. Thank you, compassionate viewers, for your company today for our program. Up next is Shining World Leadership Award for Justice recipient, Honorable Judge Elena Liberatori, Part 2 of 2, right after noteworthy news. May your heart and soul continue to be uplifted by heaven. Vegan leaders, it's your duty to inform citizens and advise them to be vegan to save our world.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/HL.